Well, welcome back to another episode of Outside the Box. We're here with our intern, Aria Laschuk, and her preceptor, Alyssa Jarrett. Thank you for coming aboard. Now, I have to say, it's been a real pleasure having Aria here. This is her when she started as a fresh faced young intern. So there you go. She was all smiles. And we really appreciate having Aria here. She's been a great worker, and she has a vast maturity for her age, which surpasses many of my contemporaries here. So a couple questions for you, Araya. I just
Mhm.
having been working at the funeral home for a year now, I just wasn't sure how working in this profession has maybe molded your outlook on life.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's a special type of profession. Not everyone wants to be in it, and not everyone likes talking about it. I do think, though, that being able to work in something like this has made me a lot more sensitive just to other people. You never really know what anyone's going through. Just seeing what's happened, certain people of all ages pass. And I think it's really made me like think about what's going on, especially around the world with everything. And I also feel like it's made me more mature in ways that not a lot of people my age have been. Not that that's a bad thing, but being able to help all people of all ages and just having a equal with everyone on the team has definitely made it a little bit easier. I feel to interact outside of work as well. I find that wherever you go, I feel like people see me more as an adult. And I think before I started, it wasn't much like that. And I mean, a lot of people don't think that people my age want to go into something like this either. I do think it's really made me kind of expand my thinking of just things around the world and how people are feeling.
No, I agree. We've really seen you grow. You had an amazing interview when you started. We were completely blown away by it,
Yeah.
but you've really grown into the role. And I know Alyssa and I are really happy with your growth. Alyssa has been a preceptor for quite a few interns. Actually, here's Alyssa with Brooke as well. That was a couple years ago.
Just a handful of years ago.
Just a
Yeah,
handful.
yeah. My experience with is starting with having Brooke as an intern. Helped to be able to help Araya throughout the year and just make sure that she's a fully competent and has all the experience that we would like to see within funeral directors and being able to help families as we go through.
So, with your classmates, there's a whole new generation of field directors coming through.
Mhm.
What are you finding? What is the age breakdown and the male to female ratio these days?
I'd say that there's a lot more younger people within their 30s, I would say, is the average. We do still get
Thank you for
people.
going. Mhm.
We do still get people that are in their 50s and 60s. Again, it's a second career for a lot of people, so it's not surprising to see that. But I found that it was easy to find a group of people my age and just to be able to kind of relate to all of them. But in the program like this, you find that everyone's kind of in the same boat. We're all just new to it. So age didn't really play a part in any of it. Um, and then there's definitely a lot more female students in the class. I would say probably 2/3 were female, and then the other third was male. I think it's definitely something that's heading more towards a female-led industry. I think that's just what people have gone into. It's a very caring industry too, and I find that women have a tendency to be a little bit more caring. Not that men don't, but I think that's what a lot of people kind of think. But yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, they do call it a pink collar profession, right?
yeah,
Whereas there's a lot of emotion that goes into it, and and it's important to be sensitive to who we talk to, and we're dealing with people in a very delicate time, right? So that's why it's considered pink collar profession now. What would you find? What has been your favorite part of the job? Would you say?
Probably just being able to see families. I think in the beginning, my whole thought of going into this industry was being able to help people, and knowing at the end of the day that they're happy about what we've done for them is really something that's made me happy about my place in this industry. Um, I haven't really regretted it for a second, but definitely helping the families and just having that reward at the end of the day.
And it's really been great seeing the two of you work together as preceptor and intern. Lissa, do you have any thoughts about Aria that we can share now that you're being recorded?
Yeah, I definitely think that, like Nathan said, that Aria has really grown into an intern. Her role, um, she shows initiative, throughout the day. We kind of rem- remark that she's like little me, little shadow sort of thing. But we're very very proud of how she's taken on the year, taken on uh, helping families and just in various ways, and just growing more into becoming a funeral director and what needs to you know take place in order to take care of our families. So, Arai, how do you think that you know the next kind of moving into your new career? How do you think that your life will change, sort of thing, or just kind of growing more into the role?
I think it'll definitely change in some ways. Obviously, I'm going from intern to director, so I think a little bit more responsibility on my part, and I'll kind of be able to do a lot more things independently, even though I have been doing a lot independently. I think it'll kind of push me into that, especially like meeting with families and such. I think it'll also kind of help with our new interns that'll be coming in. It helps to be a role model and knowing that people will look up to someone even if they're just newly licensed is very helpful. Um, I definitely think that my experience as an intern throughout the year has really helped me grow. So I think it'll be a easy move into actually being a director, especially since staying in one place, staying with the team that I've had has really helped, and I'm happy to continue with that, especially since they've known how I've grown throughout the year. It won't really be a problem with anything if I need help or have questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're very proud of you and how you've grown. I know when I first got into the industry, I felt like I grew up really, really quickly, and I think that you're taking it, in stride and just, um, you know, realizing that everyone is on their own path when it comes to maybe friends that you feel like you're a little bit further ahead than they are. But everyone has their own path, and I definitely think that this is the right industry for you.
It's funny how you mentioned how she was your mini you, because yes, 10 years ago, Alyssa was in the same position, and she had equally great interview, and I see a lot of similarities there. But yes, I think you are the poster child for your generation, Araya. So we're just happy to have you on the team, and we appreciate you being part of this video. I know that probably wasn't your first thing you wanted to do today, but thank you for all you do, and thank you, Alyssa, for the way you taught Araya to be where she is today. So thank you both.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
And this concludes our episode of Outside the Box.